You know, the West Coast has a mystique about it that's pretty hard to ignore. That image of fame and fortune, the Hollywood lifestyle, it all encapsulates the dreams of millions. So, why would someone living in this world want to move to this one? Trading the fast-paced lifestyle of California for the rural farms and leisured stride of southern Utah. Well, for Suzanne Condit and her husband Jim, life on the beach was good. Both of them enjoyed successful careers, but once Suzanne's daughter moved to Kanab to work at the Best Friends Animal Sanctuary, the couple was introduced to a world they never knew they were missing. Their first visit turned into a second, and soon, everything they knew began to change.
At that time, he had started a new job where he was traveling 80% of his time, and I would wait at home for him to come home. So he said, why don't you rent a place in Kanab since you're up there so much? Little did he know that I would come up here and get a full-time job and never go home.
You know, she'd also confess that this area was the place where she wanted to spend the rest of her life. And you know, the area, the beauty, we fell in love with the people, honestly.
I know more people now than I ever knew in Los Angeles, that I ever knew in Atlanta, that I ever knew in Boston.
Now, Suzanne had started a catering company in L.A., and after a little while in Kanab, that cooking bug bit her again. She and Jim opened the Condit Ditch Farm, and they began growing their own crops while starting a bed and breakfast at the same time on the property. The beauty of the area, the rich recreational opportunities, it all became a muse for their new endeavor. Instead of worrying about the traffic, Suzanne now thinks more about baking and greeting smiling guests at sunrise.
Because of our farm setup, it is my dream to one day be able to make pastries for the community out of our own fruit from our orchard, our own honey, our eggs, our milk, and have it completely organic and fattening.
Jim still travels around the country for his job, but something about the landscape and the invitation to explore in Kanab has captured his imagination every bit as much as Suzanne's.
As a kid, I've always had an affinity for the outdoors, camping and hiking. So this place appeals to me quite a bit.
Kane County's reputation for striking views and the ability to set out toward the horizon either with your hiking boots or your four-wheel drive has grown a lot over the last decade. Many couples like the Condits have found leaving their old world behind far easier than they expected once they balanced it against what they've gained. And it isn't just seasoned individuals looking for that change.
When you see young people getting into farming now and young people getting into permaculture, and even if it's just something like raising their own chickens, it gives them a new appreciation for the land and a new way of doing things.
The narrative of the American population moving from the rural to the urban has been a constant in our society for almost 100 years. Now, though, as the 21st century moves further and further along, that paradigm may be shifting. The Condits are proof of that. All many people need is a chance to see what they're missing. And once they've made that discovery, suddenly the shine of that fast-paced world doesn't seem quite so bright.
We never intended to buy here. We never intended to start a farm. We never intended to open a bed and breakfast inn. We just really meant to live here and enjoy what Southern Utah had to offer.
This is my nirvana.
Maybe we should all be so lucky. From the rural trailhead in Kanab, Utah, I'm Terry Wood.
Hey guys, if you liked that video, you're going to want to watch all of our other AYL videos. You're going to want to like it, you're going to want to share it, and you're going to want to subscribe, right? See all the buttons right here? This is what you're going to want to do, right? Click on them, because we have some really cool videos, all kinds of behind the scenes stuff, bloopers of Alicia crashing and stuff.
Why are you going to sell me out like that, Steven?
So you want to click all of these things and subscribe to our channel, because At Your Leisure is awesome, and we'll see you here for more videos.